Welcome to this video. My name is Alberto Nodale. I'm a sales consultant, and in this video I will be sharing my top Silicon Valley sales learnings and the biggest deadly sales sins that you need to learn to avoid so that you can really start selling like a pro, grow your company, grow your startup, and really get paying customers fast. So let's jump right into this. Deadly sales sin number one is the wrong sales mindset. A lot of people think that sales is a bad thing, right? And they don't want to sell, they feel uncomfortable selling, but it's really important and crucial that you understand how important sales is for your business, especially in the beginning. No matter how innovative and great your product or service is, you need to learn how to sell it and how you can actually provide value to your customers in return for money. That's what it is, right? If any of these words like sales, money, selling, clients makes you feel a little uncomfortable, break out of that comfort zone, right? Selling is essential. You need to sell. There is no way around it. A good example, for example, is Uber. Uber started off with plain cold calls. They called cab and limousine companies, pitched their idea, and wanted to see if there's a market feedback that is positive and worth pursuing the idea. So understand that you need to sell and have an open mindset regarding the topic, which you have. You're watching this video, and that is great. So always keep that mindset. Be open to sales and understand how crucial and essential it is for your startup and business success. Deadly sales sin number two is talking versus asking. Most people think that sales is all about talking, persuading people, being loud, being extroverted, but that couldn't be further from the truth. Sales is really, at the core of it, about asking questions, understanding what your partner is saying or your potential client, and then asking the next questions. The goal is to really understand what their need is and if you can help them with your solution. So just be aware that sales is all about asking questions, and even if you're more of an introverted person, that is totally fine. It doesn't matter. Simply be yourself, ask questions, and help people figure out if you can help them, and if yes, how. Deadly sales sin number three is not knowing the next steps. Right? You always want to know the next steps in the sales process. What do I mean by that? Many conversations go like this. They give you your email, and then you email them and you say something like, hey, great chat. If you're interested in our product, let me know. Right? And nothing ever happens. So you want to be really specific about the next steps. If you're talking to someone and they're interested and you know you can help them, you need to figure out the next steps. An example could be you're talking to someone and they say, yeah, I need to talk to my boss next week about that. Okay, great. What are you going to talk about? When is that meeting? Is there anything I can help with you in that meeting? Do you need any PDFs or info sheets, or should I be in that meeting with you to answer all the questions live for you guys? No, the meeting is next week, Wednesday. That's fine. Okay, great. Wednesday, if you have that meeting after your boss says yes and it basically gives you the approval of the solution or buying, what happens next? I need to talk to legal. Okay, great. After you've talked to legal, what happens then? And I think you get the idea. It's about asking for the specific next steps, not just that you understand exactly what the next steps are, but also the customer. The potential customer in that case. You really want to ask and get on the same level so that you both transparently know, okay, these are the next steps until you can actually make a buying decision, right? From the customer's perspective. What are the single steps you need to take until someone can buy or not buy? Just ask for the next steps. Deadly sales sin number four is no follow-up game. Be aware that you need to follow up. Sales is all about following up, and it almost never works with just sending one email. Be ready to have a couple of emails ready to send them as a follow-up, or just figure out if you can maybe call them, send them a message on LinkedIn. From my experience, one email is as good as no email, right? So we all are busy. We all have so many things going on in our lives, and sometimes you just need a little reminder. So be aware that following up is okay and following up is normal in sales. But be aware that following up needs to be done professionally. always leave out the emotions. Never say something like, hey, you said you're gonna get back to me last week, but you didn't, what's going on? That won't help your potential customer get in the mood for actually replying to you, right? So be professional, ideally add value and leave out the emotions. So you could say something like, hey, I just uploaded a new blog post. It's about this topic. I think it's gonna be really beneficial for you because of XYZ that you mentioned last week. By the way, what is your current status? Can we move forward? And do you need anything else to make a buying decision, right? So always be professional, but be aware that you need to follow up. Following up is normal. And deadly sales sin number 5 is not asking for the close. Always be aware that you need to ask for the close. There's a saying in the sales world that goes, ask for the deal or ask for the close early and ask often. Why do we want to do that? 1, because maybe they're gonna buy right away, but that rarely happens. 2, more importantly, you want to figure out other objections and questions they have. So if you say something like, hey, do you have your credit card on you? Are you ready to buy? Do you want to sign the contract right now? Do you want to pay in cash? Mostly people will say, no, wait a minute, I'm not ready because, or no, wait, I have questions about this. And that's exactly what you want, because then you can really take that and work with that. Instead of being like up in the air and not really knowing what's going on, you want to figure out what the objections are and you want to ask early and often for the close. Bonus tip, if you ask for the close, silence afterwards. Hey, are you ready to buy today? Right? And then you're just gonna be quiet and see what they say. Ask for the response. Don't keep on babbling. Just wait for the reply. Silence is a really, really strong tool in your sales communication kit that you can use and is really, really effective. So let's summarize all the deadly sales sins and the things that you're gonna do better with knowing about these. Number 1, wrong sales mindset. Just be open. Keep that openness and understand that sales is crucial and essential, especially when you're starting off your company and startup. Number 2, talking versus asking. It's all about asking questions. You don't need to be extroverted. You don't need to be like the perfect presenter or anything. Just ask questions and understand the customer, because that's going to give them the feeling of actually being understood because you actually understand them. Sales sin number 3, not knowing the next steps. Always be sure to understand the next steps with your potential customer so that you're all on the same page and know exactly what's going to happen step by step until they can make a clear buying decision. Sales sin number 4, no follow-up game. Always remember, you need to follow up. Following up is normal. It's just part of the sales game. And number 5, as we just discussed, not asking for the close. Dare to ask for the close. Try it. Work with silence. And with these 5 deadly sales sins and avoiding them and the tips that I gave you today, I'm sure that you're all set up for sales success. If you have any other questions about sales and need help, let me know. We're gonna link my contact infos here. And with that being said, I wanna say thanks for watching that video. All the best with your startups and your sales endeavors. Take care.